Hello, good evening, and welcome once again to the live sessions full of knowledge, full of outpouring of gathering of host of intelligence. So, with that intention, first let me introduce our International Internship University IIU is the world's building of learners and is committed to provide quality, accessible, affordable, skill based, and location independent education to learners across the world. IIU is providing access to more than 1,000 plus courses. Isn't that amazing? And internships to their e learners across the globe with a team of high caliber and experienced global educators. IIU has been accredited and affiliated with the World Education Organization, WEO, and international university and educational institutions through the platform of massive open online courses, MOOC. IIU provides various certificates and diploma courses. There is always that one person who has the vision, the thoughts, the idea behind successful venture, an organization. And if we talk about the man behind the success of IIU, it's none other than a beloved co-founder of IIU, Mr. Piyush Pandit. He concorded the world's first virtual internship university during the pandemic. The International University, the IIU, is the brainchild of Mr. Piyush Pandit. So, with that, I come to a little bit about my introduction because today I will be the resource person who will be speaking about a very, very important and a mind boggling topic. And the topic I'll be discovering or disclosing to you soon. So, a little bit, those who know me in the social media, I'm Professor Rachna Chakravarti, educationist with 26 plus years of teaching, the deputy moderator for Maharashtra State Board, and has written books for Maharashtra State Board, also taught and mentored more than 3,000 plus students, and an author, a poet, an international speaker, authored books like Pandora of Gadgets, Love Confused, The Chosen Ones, and recently my book is there in the Amazon Book of Poems, How to Release Your Stress, and have also co-authored a lot of activity books for Maharashtra State Board. Right now, I'm the even founder and mentor of CVMD and CWME, the platform which encourages young people to write the budding spirit to tingle your writing buds. We have this platform, Creative Writing Modern Age. So we here encourage the people to come and share their stories and even publish their own books. We teach them how they should write a book. So that means everything for what I am today here for. So let us come back quickly to the topic which I'm going to talk here. This is a very, very important topic which we always think is going to disturb a lot. But let me tell you that it is nothing like that. It is just that we take it in a different way. So today, the topic which I will be speaking on and which I actually have been talking about this again and again, being an educator for the last 26 plus years. I have been speaking with my students, with the parents, with everyone across how to handle the exam stress. So before speaking about that, didn't you feel that the word exam was very heavy? Didn't it give you a heavier weight? Was that, putting the stress already coming? The word exam is also associated with stress. So, exam and stress are the two sides of the same coin. So, you cannot tell that I have, deducted stress from exam and I have totally minus stress from exam. It's impossible. Let me tell you, is that how can you master the stress? And that is what today I'll be speaking with you. Speaking about the lecture, that was also an examination for me, that I have to speak in a platform. So that is automatically relates to stress. Now, the thing is that I will not culminate into that stress much. Why? Because I know what I have to speak. I know who are my target audience. So I know what I have to put down to you. So as a result, automatically my stress got released. So this is what you have to do when the word exam comes. You need to culminate the stress and channelize it properly. And this will give you a wider outlook to it. Exams can be of any type, your 10th standard exam, 12th standard exam, your medical entrance exam, your engineering exam, your, even women who are preparing food for the guests, 50 guests will come. That's an exam for them. Again, those who will be giving a speech in a podium, that's an exam for them. So exams are varied. It's not only the exams which you will be appearing for. It's the exam which makes you come in front of person. You are highlighted, and as a result, stress comes automatically. Now, how do we come away from it? I will tell you that during this exam time, you will not be able to eat well. You don't get to sleep well. And when you wake up in the morning, what happens? You feel so tired. You get annoyed with small, small things with your mom, who's all the time telling you, get up, get up. You just get annoyed and irritated. And you touch your palm, you'll feel it's very sweaty. Why? Because the exam time. So let us not take all these things in a different way. Let us take it that it is stressful. We have to accept it is stressful. But certainly it is not the worst thing that can happen to you. There are many other things which can be worst. But this exams may not certainly be the worst thing which is happening to you. So I hope you all are, before moving ahead, let me just see that if I'm audible to you, please let me know if I'm audible to everyone. Is my voice coming? Or probably who is in the Zoom room can also tell me that is my voice, or you can just put a message down. So I hope my voice is coming. Am I audible? Okay. Yeah, let me check the Facebook page also. How many of them are there? If I am audible or not. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. I get some positive response. Okay. So let us continue with that. We have right now, what I am about to tell you is that it is stressful. We all know that exams are stressful. But as I told you, it is not the worst thing that can happen to you. Actually, what people have already made a conclusion that stress is an extra limb that they have in their body. Stress is an appendage that they cannot get rid of. Stress, but what is the stress? It's not the part of your body. You get stressful because you do not know how to handle your mind. No attention has been taken as to how you can handle your mind, how to handle the body, how to handle this energies. Nothing has been done about it. That is the reason why the stress went on multiplying and multiplying and made you stressed down. You are managing such, you have been, actually rather to say more clearly, you have been yourself managing this sophisticated system, your body, which is, multi dynamic and having so many other complications in the body, but you managed it well. So how can you say that you cannot manage this small part, your stress? So it is the natural outcome of an unconscious leaving, which we can say to stress. So it is very easy to handle it. You just need a little time and little concentration and little focus. So today I will just speak on that. When you get scary, when you are out of your speech, you see your weight reducing, your weight loss. So I'm here just to tell you that now stop. Stop all these things. Stop, stop taking that tension, extra tension. Just take a deep breath. and we all will handle that stress which comes. I'm not here to tell you that we will completely remove it. Stress is there. A little bit of stress gives you that challenge in your work, the focus, but it should not rule over your brain, which will make your exams and the other things fail out. Little stress is okay. Then only you will prepare. If there is no stress, you won't prepare. So this little bit is very important. Just let me share a small story with you. Recently, when my daughters went to a birthday party, there was a small game which actually reminded me that when they came and told me, it reminded me of this stress, which is nothing. They were asked to select their favorite toys from which was kept there, and everyone had selected their own toys. Especially my daughter selected the big huge teddy bear because she loves that, which was kept there. And then the next step was, and they were very happy, enjoying with the teddy bear. Some took dogs and some took puppets, some took small, tiny, the caterpillars and all, and they were all sitting. Now, suddenly, what happened is that the next step of the game was they got a big glass. A glass was given to them, and they were told to put those toys inside the glass. Now everyone was worried. They were looking at each other. So how do they put the toy inside the glass? The toy is a huge thing, right? So it's not possible to, the dog stuffed toy, that is also not possible to go inside the glass. There is a small ant, a beetle, and all this went inside in the glass. So this, when they were trying to stuff the toy inside in the glass, there, what was coming? Stress. Stress came automatically when that child selected into this glass. All started telling, what kind of a game is this? Some of them started scolding, no, I shouldn't have played only. All horrible games they gave by looking at us, they're looking at the toys which we have selected. And what do? We start blaming. So that toy is you, we, us. We are very unique in our shape. We can be small, we can be huge. And that glass where we are trying to fit ourselves in is your exams. So some of them will easily fit into the glass and others will just stand on top of the glass, not being able to go inside. So that is where we stand now, the differentiation between it. So always make the glass of your size, which you can handle it. You need to choose the right container. That means set a realistic goal, a goal which is very realistic and approachable. That should be your main target. So now, come on, now hurry up. Let's, before delving deep into this, I would love to tell you a little bit scientifically what exactly happens to us when we are in stress. Of course, you might have read it in your books, but let us just revise what exactly and which part of the stress, little bit irritates and disturbs us. So I'll be just sharing the screen with you and let you know what exactly and what or which part of our brain really hampers and disturbs us. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's visible now. Yeah, actually in that Facebook thing, I'm not able to see the screen. Okay, yeah. So the first, so this first main thing which you should know a little bit technically, that is also necessary to know the technical things, what is happening in your body when you're stressed out. So as your mind, and then let the output of it come out. So with that, we have this cortisol. So what is this cortisol? It's a gland. It's a hormone released by the adrenal cortex, which we have to see and know about it. The adrenal glands are the endocrine glands present above the kidneys. You can see it's highlighted there. So these glands are present just above the kidneys. The endocrine glands are ductless glands that release the secretions directly into the blood. So are you imagining that when you are stressed out, what is happening to your physical body also, the biological changes which comes in your body? Also, these are called the stress hormones, which you are releasing knowingly or unknowingly. You might not have thought that so much of changes are happening in your body, but it is happening as soon as stress comes to that level. So it's a secretion that is stimulated by the adrenotropic ACTH hormone released by the anterior lobe, that is the pituitary gland. You can see here the pituitary glands, which I have highlighted here. The stimulation of this depends on the secretion of hypothalamic factor called the corticotropin and releasing factor, the CRF, which is there. You can see how the brain is releasing that gland. See the colored part. The thalamus is there, then the hypothalamus. So as soon as the stress comes in the brain, it activates that hormone and the secretion comes automatically. As a result, you have lot of disorders. The paraverticular, the nucleus of the hypothalamus, is responsible, mainly responsible for the integrated response to stress. You can see the cortisol, how it is working. The paracellular, that is the neurosecretory, the neurons, the hypothalamus, how it is secreting. It is just, squeezing out from the brain, and it's just trying to pull out all the main liquid, the portion from your brains. The neurophrins, the secronin, the acetylcholine regulates the neurogenin stimulation of CRF. So this is what we need to rule out. Why am I telling you scientifically? The scientific reason, you're in a stress situation. So whatever the situation is, you need to handle it. And if you don't, all these things are happening at the back of your mind, unknowingly. You might not be knowing. You might be thinking that, yes, exam is there, so stress is there. It's automatic. Don't let the stress overcome you, and don't let, if it does so, then you will be suffering from all these problems. So the main functions, it helps to strengthen the cardiac muscles, regulates the blood pressure, increase the blood sugar, and regulate the use of nutrients in the body. It controls the sleep wake cycle, which is very important, that if your melanin is secreted more, you fall sleepy. So these are the things. So basically CRFs, the functions of it is to regulate the blood pressure, the blood sugar, the nutrients in your body, and it controls the sleep cycle also. Under the continuous stress, if you're under continuous stress, this level of cortisol increase due to the increased release of the ACTH. So you will find that it is increasing and increasing, and this can fatigue, bring around irritation, headache, weight gain, anxiety, depression, poor sleep, stretch marks in her abdomen, the facial hair growth in females, diabetes, and vertigo, tremendous pain in it. So there are some acute responses to those who are suffering from acute stress related problems. You have the frequent urination. Under stress, the body triggers release of emergency hormones, which disrupt the functioning of hormones that keep the bladder relaxed, causing it to contract. This results in people feeling of the need to urinate continuously, or even involuntarily urinating in some cases. So this is also one great reason where we need to manage your stress. Otherwise, you might be suffering from a lot of problems. Excessive sweating for some. They are prone to this excessive sweating. The sweat glands are activated by nerves, which can be sensitive to emotions, your hormones, and other stressors. When under stress, our body temperature rises, stimulating the sweat glands, and it releases sweat. So if we are not able to activate this, then we will be facing slide presentation. You have understood how exactly we can stop this and how much important it is to rule your mind. We all have been talking about the mental strength. We all have that. And how do we make it our strength? So we need to actually reduce the stress and move with our exam timetable properly. So there are just few steps which you can do to reduce your stress. First, set your plan. Now, suppose today you are going to give a speech or you're going to stand in front of a mic. That's your exam. Now, if you are going unplanned, what will you do? You will say anything and everything. You will not really know where to stop, where to start. As a result, everything will be a big hodgepodge. Now, when you have planned it, you have written down the pointers, the plan is right in front of you, then there will be no problem. Similar with your exams. Tomorrow, your exams are starting. Supposing if your exams are there tomorrow, what do? You really need to understand what has to be done. Where is your plan? You have not planned anything, and suddenly the exams are there declared by the board, whether it's the SSC board, the ICSE, the CBSE, whatever. The exams are declared. And now you're in total mess. You just take this book, take that book, take this book, and just try to handle it. Which one I will open? Everything is in a mess. I'm forgetting everything. You close your eyes. No, I don't remember maths. You close your eyes. No, English is completely not done. So you are in complete stress. No, just handle. Set your goal. What exactly you want? What is your main target? You need to study. Correct? So the stress comes basically with this fear which is there in your mind. So try to remove that fear also. I will first of all discuss about that fear which is troubling you. Why exactly are we afraid of exams? And how can we overcome this fear? We had talked about the first point to reduce the stress, make your goal. Now, I would love to figure it out what basically comes in. Why are we exactly afraid of the exams? And number two, how can we overcome this fear? So when we talk about the fear can be anything, and fear gives rise to stress. Why are you frightened of exams? There are several reasons. Because what is the main prime reason is that what marks will you get? And that is your fear. And how will I satisfy my parents, my teachers, my loved ones, my friends? I have to set my target. So as a result, your fear is rising and rising and rising. Now, when you minus all these fears, you just remove all these fears from your list. Your fear is how will you face your parents after it, after the marks go, when you bring the report card, mommy, this is my report card. So that fear, that what will I show? My mommy will not be happy with my marks. Out of 100, I just got 40, 50 marks, average marks. So how will I handle, or how will I make my mother happy? So this is your fear. Else only your exams. Focus on your exams. Focus on what you're studying. Focus on have you understood. Just forget about whom to satisfy, what marks I will get, what will be the mark sheet looking like, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%, 99%. Just forget about all that and just think about your exams. What is your preparation? What will you do? So if you can think about the what part and what have you already done, then only you will be able to master the stress, master this exam fear. Don't think about the results, just think about the exams. And if you can do that, you will be the most happiest person. How can we overcome this fear? To overcome this fear, sit down, decluster your table, take a deep breath, sit in your table, drink a lot of water, make your table free of all such things which gives you distraction. But don't study more than half an hour to 45 minutes at a stretch. Just after half an hour or 45 minutes, just get up, turn your back from the table, and you can listen to some music because that releases your stress. Your fear goes away. The music which gives you a lot of happiness, and your mind is stressed. It's again the hormonal release is lightful music. Turn on the music, listen to it for 5-10 minutes. And for others, those who are not a music lover so much so, and those who want to eat, please go and eat something. Then the next important thing is that eating a lot of chocolates also helps to overcome your stress. And this is scientifically proved. I'm not saying just because I love chocolates. It's also proved scientifically that when you are stressed and you are actually, eating chocolates, then your problem is solved to much extent. So this, yeah, thank you so much, all those who have joined. Bhavna Gupta, I can see Bhavna Gupta there. Kia Thishani, Oprikan Imana. Yes, everything has been, Jadugar PC Kanpuri. Yeah. Yes, Jadugar ji. Everything has been explained very clearly in details. Thank you. Yes, of course, IIU gives this opportunity for you all to enhance and to learn from this platform. So every weekends and every days are a lot of knowledge gathering and knowledge collection. So you have been getting a lot of great sessions from IIU. Thank you, Asha Sultana, Innocent Dazing, yeah, and thank you, IIU University. Stress is a natural physical, yes, very true. It's a natural process. Everyone expresses stress from time to time. Yes, it is true. We all have this stress and it comes in again and again. It comes automatically, whether you do it or not. And you cannot completely nullify stress when the word exam comes. I told you in the beginning, whenever you hear the word exam, it is like your head is already tilted one side and you cannot move away from it. But now, what do we do to focus? We know how to focus and keep ourselves in that straight formation, that we will not be completely falling down or completely be, subdued by those exam fear. So we need to understand that whom are we going to speak with? Whom are we writing the exams for? It is for you. Have you developed yourself or not? Have you come up to that level or not? It's actually it's a fight for yourself and for whom you are going to be next few years to come. Are you prepared? If not, go for the next exam. This is not the end of your life, right? Yes, of course, sometimes parents, when I'm conversing with parents, they are too much because the life is full of competition. So they become too much involved in a lot of things that no, my child should be the first one. So I'm taking a lot of steps. I've left my job for my child so that my child gives, the 10th standard exam properly, the 12th standard exam. So I would love to ask those parents, just think about your days when you set for your exams. Did your parents leave their job? Did your parents completely, cut off themselves from the world? Was it like that? No. Then why aren't you so much bothered? You know your child will do well because throughout the year, your child has been studying. So the first point to reduce your stress is that set your goals. Your goals should be realistic goals. Make it realistic. Secondly, make a perfect plan. If you have any other suggestions, you can put it in the comment section. I would love to read all those suggestions too, because that is a great way of expressing yourself and being involved, because this is a topic which every one of us in every step of our life are experiencing. Yes, thank you, Mohammed Abdul Wahid. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ismat Farzana. Ismat Farzana, thank you very much for your lovely comments. And Innocent Dazang, yeah. Yes, of course. Thanks, IIU. IIU have been doing a very, very knowledgeable resource and helping from the time of pandemic to get educated from a platform, a virtual platform, and bringing in mentors across the globe and sharing their knowledge with everyone. So thank you, all of you, for joining in. It's really amazing to see. Yeah. Thank you, Nada ma'am. Thank you. I can see Nada ma'am also joining in. Yes, thank you so much, Nada ma'am. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, because right now is the time for exam, and I have seen students who are into the stress. And so a small request to everyone who is under stress that please remove fear And if you remove your fear, stress would automatically go away. It will be reduced and you can, blindfoldedly write your exam. I remember my daughter, just to give you a small example, my younger daughter, whenever, now look at the, the tie up between a parent and a daughter. Daughter, younger one, used to go for exams. She never took any books. Like, I was so surprised because other students in her school are studying last moment also. So once I told her that, why don't you carry a book and to read? Look at your friends, how much they are reading. So my daughter said very lightly, Mama, I'm not frightened. Whatever happens will happen. Somewhere I felt that, yes, I might be, trying to give her that tension which is not required. I have been building up somehow my tension. I've been just, giving it to her, which is actually what the parents are doing now. The parents have their own level of stress and they just transport it to the kids. Rather, it should be the other way around. They should be able to take that stress from the children and keep it with them. As a result, we will not have any such problems. Yes, thank you, Nada ma'am. Yes, I really love speaking about this topic, which is very close to my heart. And I really feel I'm worried actually with the kids that why do they take so much stress? You should enjoy. Exam is a process. Enjoy it. Enjoy the learning which you are getting from it. Enjoy those subject which you have in it. Yes, maybe sometimes for 10th standard, you don't get your selective subjects. And as a result, you are a little bit disturbed. Probably those who don't love maths, because I counsel parents also. So some parents tell, ma'am, can you remove this math subject? My daughter will get good marks. Ma'am, can you, give in some creative topics? And let me tell you, parents, the NEP has come up with that. So you will have a lot of changes in the educational system and a lot of things will be instilled in it now, so you do not have to worry at all about whether you have to study maths or not. Yeah, welcome Punam ji and welcome Akanksha ji. Good to see all of you. Thank you for joining. Please do share the live with your students too, because I want the students to get more impact. That what is the stress? It is not something, it's not a part of your body which will never go away from your body. And if you write the exam in complete stress, then surely the results which will come out will be totally different, not what you have expected. But if you remove your stress, remove this fear, the fear, your fear grows up. You might have seen in the Harry Potter film. Have you all watched? How many of you all have watched the Harry Potter film? The greatest fear, the fear of passing in the exams. And there was also the other characters in the movie wherein they found that how your biggest fear was that, the spider, the Ron was also there, where this huge spider coming in as his greatest fear. There was a cobra, their fear. I hope exactly I want to say it is our worst fear. And the Hermione's fear was failing in a test. But though it is scary, it creates, and you cannot think of anything else. You can't sleep. You are stressing your full day long, all the time thinking exam, exam here. So just when we are into the stress all the time, you have to do like that magician, take a wand in your hands and just say that magical words, ridiculous, and see that the fear becomes ridiculous for you. And if there is no fear of the exams, you can clearly come out successful. Your stress will be released and you will be successful in your exam. Ridiculous. Ridiculous is your exams. So your exam fear, don't take it as a fear, take it as gathering more knowledge. So when we are trying to tell you that release your fear, it is like living in this world, enjoying it. I know you will tell me, ma'am, how can we do that? Because tomorrow we have to face our parents. So find out the reason. You might say, tomorrow is my history exams. Tomorrow is my maths exam. Oh my God, I'm so very, very scared. I don't know history. Tomorrow is my economics exam. Oh my God, economics. I don't know. Only if it would be English. So please don't think about that subject. Just think what you have studied. You might have studied throughout the year at least few pages of that book. Now, let me tell you, the dumbest of the dumb also have studied some pages or attended few lectures also. So now, just a month before the exam, few days before the exam, a week before the exam, just sit on your table. You need to make your table clean. Take out those books which you have studied. Keep those in front of you, which will give you positivity. Not the books which you have not touched at all. Don't take out those reference books right now because there is just 2-3 days remaining for the exam. Somebody, some of your peers have told you, did you read that book? Huh? Which book? This will create your fear. You have read the book your friends are reading and simply stress yourself. You have read from a book. So concentrate on that book. The last moment, if you try to come out with the last moment, you are sure to confuse yourself. So when you have, culminated what is your way of studying, you have kept all those books which has given you little knowledge, from where you have gathered, start making the note form, diagrammatic way. Take a chart, make it like charts inside in your pages which you have studied. Close your eyes, try to memorize that, and you will see automatically it is getting memorized, and those points are coming clearer in your minds. And as a result, your stress is also released. Second important point, which I would love to focus on, is that make your container according to what your teacher, you know what your container is like. You know how much you can study and remember. So just study that much, but correctly. Focus on building the right skills. That means set up a very, very healthy mindset. A positive mindset is must. You must have a proper mindset when you are doing something. If you don't have that mindset, you always start things negatively, then I'm sure you will not be able to reach that point. If you, I would ask all those who are watching me live, if you disagree with any point, I would love to, read those comments out also. Yes, there are a lot of people joining in, and yes, very Isyak King Kaiwang. So sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Razul Karim, yes, from Bangladesh. Hello, yes, greetings. Thank you, IIU, for giving us this opportunity and building up such an interactive platform, which really makes knowledge exchange so very impactful. Yeah, I would love to share some more things, but before that, I would love to ask from you all that do you all agree that stress comes from fear? With a yes or no, quick yes or no in the comment section. Does it come from your fear? Does stress come from fear? Yes or no in the comment section. Let me see who is the first one to give the comment. I'll wait. I'm waiting for your answers because I can see 19 of them still live with me. 19 people are watching live also. Yeah. Isyak, I would love to know where. Yes. The first one to answer is Riza Kusi Keldrion. Yes, of course. So that is what I wanted. That, yes, it comes, Nara ma'am. Yeah, yes, it comes from fear. Yes, Charles, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, I got ample of yes. Yes, it is that fear which we need to reduce. And once we know what our fear is to satisfy our parents, our fear is to see a score, good score from my friend. The fear is that will I be able to make my teachers happy with my results? So these are the fears which you need to deduct it. Completely reduce all the fears from where it started and move ahead. We need to expand the container, your approach to the exams. Don't think exams is just sitting down in a table, writing down something, scribbling and writing. Then as a result, what happens? You're expanding your container when you write what you have understood. When I take this session, because parents always insist, ma'am, the stress level is increased because for 2 years, right now, this was a big thing wherein I was called for a lot of lectures everywhere, that students are in stress because after 2 years, they have been sitting for the exams. We had heard of a lot of, suicidal case also students. So this is very, very alarming. Just because they have to sit for the exams, offline exams, they are ready to give up their life also. But let me tell you, this exam is not the end of your life. This is just the beginning of your life. And if you can sit for this exams and give, you will be able to set up more targets for the future. But if you're not, then there is a big problem. If you're not able to set up your targets, if you're not able to set up your goals, then you will be facing a lot of problems. So my request to everyone, whoever is watching me, is that first try to rule out your fear. The fear should not come. You should just see exams as exams. It's okay. The best thing is that those who are really very much frightened of exam, give ample of exams. After you finish one chapter from the beginning, if you're studying, if you're a good student and you know your focus on, you should not miss out any exams. Give exams after the first chapter is done for all the subjects, give the exams. Then again, the second chapter is there, finished, give exams. So what happens is that giving exams again and again, it becomes, you are really bored of exams. And as a result, exams don't disturb you at all. So the stress goes away and it becomes a boring exam. So, and that's how you handle it. You give a lot of tests, you see your marks again and again, you keep on sitting for the exams again and again, wherein that those marks is not that important, but it was just for your practice sessions. You have been giving the exams. So now when you're sitting for the exams and giving exams again and again, your fear of exams has disappeared completely. You are now confident, and now when you're walking off to the examination hall, you're upright and lifted up, and you know that what you have to write. That's the best thing. Sit in your examination hall, papers coming, don't get frightened. Again, you're stressed. You see the question paper, oh my God, I don't know anything. And you start shivering, your palms get sweating, your pen is dripping with water, and the clock is ticking at the back of your head. And as a result, stress comes. But let me tell all of you that don't let that clock and that question paper disillusion you. Always keep a good smile on your face. Read it. Don't get disturbed with the words, because at that time the words which are familiar words, you might have read it already, might seem to you just a huge word which you never might have seen. So just cool down, calm down, release yourself and read the paper properly. You will find that you have understood so many questions, only there was a twist in the words. So then you can move ahead. The time given is there. You have to stop at this time, the exams. Of course, those who know to write, they feel that, yes, I'll keep on writing more and more. And as a result, my content should be more. But no, just focus. There are certain things which you need to focus to release your fear for the exam about the time. That, ma'am, I don't get proper timing. I need little more time to finish. Then I'll finish my exams properly. No, nothing like that. You don't need more time. What you need to do is planning. When you're preparing yourself, you need to see the paper pattern which is given to you. Look at the pattern paper. Passages, this many marks. Writing skill, creative writing, this many marks. Then your diagrammatic way, the web diagrams and all, this much marks. So as per the marks, the time slot should be given. And that should be practiced from day one. And now for them, those who are sitting for the last moment, that is just 7 days before the exams, they have started, opened up all the books, dusted their table. Some of them are like that also. They have heard that the timetable has been given, so no. Some of them right now also, we know that they were thinking that till the last moment, it will be an online exam. But now, finally, they came to know that it is offline. So then they thought that, no, now we have to study. They sat down on the table, the books which was, filled with dust, they just dusted it and sat down. So for them, also there is a solution. Don't take tension, unnecessary tension. Take a small notebook, write down the points which you will be preparing. Take your paper pattern which you have. Just see the content in that paper pattern, whether it is history or geography or maths, whatever it is. See the topic. There might be one topic which you know. If it is maths, you might be knowing the trigonometry, the geometrical part. So just concentrate on that which you know. Now, 7 days before it, don't concentrate on something which you don't know. the topics which has been giving you some enjoyment or some sort of happiness to read those. Develop those topics. Don't touch the topics that you've never touched. This will cluster your brains and make you go down. You will not be able to either concentrate on the topics that you will know and neither on the topics that you don't know. That will never happen on the last moment. You should have had a plan. So set up the realistic goals which you have. You know what your container has. That means what you can give. You know that you are a student who can bring in 90%. Don't listen to anyone. Listen to yourself. You know that you are a student who can bring in 50%. So work for that. Just because your parents told you you need to bring 90% this time, so you just are in stress and you stop eating, you stop talking to everyone, you cut down yourself, you have weight loss, you are suffering, and you are in total tension. You blacken out your face and dark circles come inside. So it's like you have totally stressed yourself. Don't do that. Take a deep breath. Meditate what you know about the subjects. Which subjects give you delight? Which subject is interesting for you? Not for your parents, not for your friends, only for you. Which part of that subject is giving you interest? Take out those chapters. Read it. Make points of it. Keep it in front of your table. You can make small chits and stick it in your in your table, in your wall, or a footnote. You can make it and just stick those chits which you have studied. So whenever you are listening to music, also your eyes goes into those chits, and you are revising it knowingly or unknowingly. Make points and study. You will, which I will say is that tension. If you are not able to sleep properly, full examination in the hall, your eyes will be swelling and you don't know what you will be writing. So before the exam, don't study late nights. Go to bed early by 9 o'clock, eat your food, go to bed. Wake up early morning, have something to eat. If not much, little bit eat. Don't go for exams in empty stomach. This gives crumbs. You have those butterflies in your stomach by exam, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You just keep on looking at your watch and you are overexcited. And as a result, you might fall sick. Then what was the use of your studying? 1 year is wasted because you are sick. You feel dizzy, you vomit, continuously keep on vomiting. What was the use of making so much of hard work for the last 1 month, which you have been doing? So go to sleep, don't overdo yourself, and enjoy writing the exams. Take the paper, read 1 minute. Of course, now the boards are also giving you 15 minutes to read the paper. This is only to relax your brain from those melanins which secrete unknowingly from your brain, and as a result, make you go down, stressful. Your brain doesn't work, it gets clustered and clustered. You are sleepless for nights together. Why? Because you are stressed. There is something at the back of your mind which is tickling you continuously, which is hammering you. And as a result, you're not able to sleep. Who can rule out that? You yourself. You need to remove that. Why should I think much about this? If I've studied this much, I will write this much only. It doesn't matter the marks. I told you in the beginning. Stress comes out of fear, and the fear lies in your marks. What I will get. Don't think what I will get. Just think about what you will give. If you think about what you will get, then you will not be able to give your 100%. You need to give. So always make a gratitude diary also. That what are the things made you happy? You have understood one chapter, be happy. Yes, I'm very happy. I understood one chapter very nicely. Be happy. Don't be sad. I didn't understand one chapter. Don't be sad for that. Don't keep on cribbing. What will I do? I don't know trigonometry. I don't know APGP, arithmetical progression. Oh my God, what will happen? What will happen? Exams are there tomorrow. No. Be happy with what you know. You might know another topic, geometry is your power. Yes, I know geometry very nicely. Any questions can be asked from there, I will be able to write. English, yes, I know the writing skills, I will score a highest score there. So be happy. Be happy with what you know. Make a gratitude diary every day and thank those people who has always helped you. Don't try to blame others that what is this exams? Why have the board set up this exams for us? We have not set for 2 years, no exams during the pandemic, and now why offline? Let it be online. You have to come out of this vicious circle. The pandemic has gone. Now we are all once again back to work. So you too need to change yourself, come out of it. So sleep well before the exams so that the morning of your exams, you are not digged into your book. What will you do? You will go to your examination hall. Those who are with the books, they see, oh, what my friend is reading. Oh my God, this topic. Oh, I didn't see this topic on me. Where is this page? Which page? Page number 100. Page number 100. And then you start seeing that. Now, the child who was not having any book in their hand was just moving around, looking into the examination room number where he or she will go. He comes out and he says that, oh, you were studying something which never came. So it is not a competition between friends. It's not a competition that you make fun of. It is competition with you yourself. So if you can win the battle with yourself, your stress will automatically be reduced and you can get a perfect score for your exams. Just maintain that. So to sum it up all, how can we reduce the exam stress? Have a perfect plan, set up your goals. Your goals are important. What is your goal? Don't go the wrong way. Your goals are not to get 99% in the exams. That is just if you know what your container has, what is the capacity of your container, then automatically you know you will get 99%. You don't have, you need to focus on your goal, what you need to become in future. And accordingly, you need to prepare yourself with that subject. The knowledge of that subject is important, not the marks. There were a lot of movies made on this also, that you need to gather knowledge. Your parents might be telling that I need to see this much marks, then only I will give you this bike, then only I will take you here, there, whatever. But you need not think about that. You can yourself buy your own bike if you get a good marks or a good score. So you need not be frightened and don't make your exams that fear. Just say the word ridiculous and come back to write the exams. Secondly, you need to have a relaxation. Don't study at a stretch for more than 35 to 45 minutes. Because when you sit down continuously in a place for 1 hour, 2 hours, then what happens? You tend to forget. So after 35 to 40 minutes, get up, keep a glass of water or a bottle of water in front of you. Let me tell you, all of you, water relaxes and stabilizes all the hormones in your body. So drink a lot of water. You can also have a bite of chocolate. I told you that is also very good. Some sweets. Or else listen to some light music. Thirdly, decluster your table with the equipments which disturb you. For example, your cell phones, your laptops, your televisions. Just keep them away from you. Sit on your table with your books, your pens, your writing pad. Just sit with them. Then you will never be distracted. Finally, we have one more step to go to reduce your stress. Sleep well before the exam. If you can sleep well, then you will be also writing well early morning. Don't dig your head into the book early morning, the day on the exams when you're going out. So go eat well, drink a lot of water, go and sit for the examination, write your examination, read the paper without getting stressed that you don't know, because the paper might be having those questions which you already might have read and come. But you have not given much importance to it. You have been making all sort of tensions around. As a result, you got distracted. Last but not the least, make your timetable properly. Those who don't have timetable, this disturbs a lot, because you then have so many disturbances around, and this is really going to, bring a lot of trouble. So I hope I have been able to give something, and you'll remember for your next coming exams, and you will implement it. Don't bring out that fear. Reduce that fear, the fear of scoring, the fear of getting good marks. If you are prepared, automatically the marks will follow. Similarly, for all the steps of your life, not only for your board exams, not only for your 10th exams, 12th exams, or 13th, 14th exam, it is also for any examination of your life. So if you know that you have mastered your fear, what is that fear and where does it come from? If it's a language problem, a language barrier, you know how to handle it. It's okay that if you can speak out in any language, and you confidently need to just communicate. Communication is your skill, and you need to communicate. Yes, Charles, thank you very much. Always think what you will give, not what you will get to avoid stress. Reading every day, not when you know that some days before the examination. May God continue to help us. Yes, very good. Thank you, Charles, so much for that lovely thing. Yes, every day, don't sit down for the last moment to sit down for, and then you are just getting tension, which book to touch, this book, that book, which one I will start with. Yes, stress management, Ismat Farzana. Yes, it is true. Stress management is very, very important in working place, especially after the pandemic. That is what I'm telling Ismat, if you agree with me, that we need always, stress will come. We cannot say we are living a stress-free life. But yes, I have been able to master my stress. As a result, I can live my life the way I want. The way when I go to sleep, even for 2 hours in a night, I am sleeping sound sleep. Why? Because I'm not stressed out. But the other person who is stressed out will not be able to sleep, even if he's sleeping for 6 hours in the bed. He will turn one side to the other side, he will flip. Just see, just observe yourself. If you don't answer my question also, it's okay, but just observe it. When you are stressed, what happens? You're not able to sleep. But the person who is not stressed, even if he sleeps for 1 hour, he gets a freshened up early morning. Why? Because he or she is not stressed. So try to remove that and come out with it with a lovely solution. Yes, thank you so much. Stress will come, but we need how to manage it. Yes, thank you, Nada ma'am. We need to manage it. How we have all tried to do it, especially after the pandemic. It is stressful for all the students, I know, but it's a request to all the students and all of you who are watching us. Around 20 of them are watching us live right now. Thank you so much for joining the session with me. And I hope I have been really been able to manage that stress, giving you some tips, and the tips which I have installed in my life also. And I've been doing that continuously with the versatility in my works, which I'm doing, whether it's the teaching work, whether it's the international speaking work, or whether it's talking about time management, conducting webinars, seminars, or whether correcting, right now the board exams are there, correcting more than 20,000 papers and handling with so many moderators and examiners and conversing with them. How have we been able to do it? Excuse me. It is only because we know how to manage it. Yes, we all should know. And the simple tips I gave you: make a plan, make a proper timetable, make a plan, make a timetable, listen to your music, or listen to something which gives you enjoyment, but just for few minutes. Don't scramble on your laptop or your social media. Social medias might disturb you. They might put you a lot of tension that my friend is doing this, I'm doing nothing, they are doing that, I'm doing nothing. So you might again become stressed. But yes, social media, you can look out into those medias which gives you some edu tips, which gives you some uh, knowledge. So you should look out for such platforms which is imparting education and knowledge, like IIU. They are giving you a lot of tips and how to manage the stress, how to talk about, how to face your fears, the deepest fear which is inside you. So listen to such discussions. This will give you little relaxation. And then once again, you can come back after those 15 minutes of break. Once again, you can come back to your book and study. So that is your next important point. And the last but not the least, sleep well. Take a deep night's sleep, good night's sleep. Stress is also good. Yes, Noli Caldron, I do agree. I told in the beginning also that stress is good to some extent. Don't let it overdo. If you don't have any stress in your life, you will not work. Let me tell you the best example. If I'm not giving you the exam dates, when will you study? Would you study? No, you'll wait when the exam dates come. When the dates are announced, then you start opening all the books. Okay, now I will study. Very few students are there who study from day one. Everyone starts studying when they get the timetable. Again, for submission of work, whether it's a teacher or a student, when do we start with our writing work? When the date for submission is there, announced. When the date of submission is announced, then you come up with all such plans. You just start thinking that, yes, now I should start writing. But till that time, before that time, no, dates are not given, so let it be. So stress to some extent is also good. So I hope you will be able to implement this in your daily life and make your life a great success with all these tips. And your examination, you'll come out with flying colors, with all this good thoughts in my mind. I would love to end today's session. If you have any questions, you can put in the comment section. I will get back to you and reach out to you. So thank you, IIU, once again for inducing this platform and giving these kids or everyone a platform to take in knowledge, to multiply our knowledge in this pandemic and before and after the pandemic too. Whenever we have a free sessions, we need to dabble with our social media and find out what will be more informative. And a platform like IIU is the best one. There are several other platforms also, the edu platforms, which are giving a lot of educational help. So it's a request to all that those who are watching the virtual platform, please go deeper into that and listen to them. They are all strategists, they are all educationists who have years of experience speaking to you from their own experience and mentoring you. So on that note, I would like to say thank you to all of you. Stay connected, stay safe, and have a happy examination. Don't think that exam is a fear and exam will distress you or make you feel tension. So you just need to come out of all those fears, and mainly you need to just focus. I would love to end today's session with a very, very nice saying of Dale Carnegie. All of you might have heard of him, that inaction breeds doubt and fear, but action breeds confidence and courage. So come back to action. So don't sit in inaction and culminating stories and planning out things here and there. You just come to action, because this action will bring your confidence and your courage. So on that note, thank you. Good night. Bye-bye to all of you. Have happy examination. Don't be stressed out. Always have a smile on your face and enjoy the process, not the outcome. Try to give, not to take in the stress. Thank you.